All right, we're going to watch Ryan's backstroke above the water. We're going to go in just quarter speed. The first thing that I'm seeing real quick, and Ryan, let's go back right here. Let's look at that wrist. So you've got your wrist trailing your arm for some reason. You want to make sure that hand, that wrist is straight in line with your forearm. So really that hand should be up here. Turn it to your pinky, not bent the way it is, okay? And you actually do it on both hands. You can see it there on your left. Then you can see it right here on your right too. You can see how much that wrist is bent. Okay, make sure those hands stay a little bit straighter so you're able to enter with that pinky all the way through. See how straight it is right here? So you straighten it out at the end, which is good, but there's no reason to not let it stay straight with that wrist the entire time. Good, grabbing the water. You can see with that pinky, and you can see that as that hand's entering, this shoulder's coming up, and this hand is coming up. That's good, and also like your head position, your head's not moving at all. Let's see if it continues not to move. Yeah, Ryan, that's a good head position. You got some white water coming off your feet. We like that. Like how high your body line is, but again, look at that wrist, okay? So make sure you're really focusing on what you're doing above the water as well as below the water and keeping that wrist a little bit straighter. You go into that turn. You kind of see that right here, your feet are a little bit too close together. We want your feet about hip width apart so you have a little bit more of a power push as you hit that wall. Make sure those feet are together. Or I'm sorry, make sure those feet aren't together. Make sure those feet are a little bit more separated as you hit that wall. Okay, so here's your first dolphin kick, and you're already past the flags. So that's why we want to make sure you don't want to quite wait so long. We like the idea of waiting, like I say, 1 or 2 seconds, but that's almost 3 or 4 seconds off that wall. So get that dolphin kick a little bit earlier so you're able to get a little bit more speed. Because at this point now you start slowing down, and once you start slowing down, the dolphin kick isn't going to be beneficial anymore. You want to make sure you start that dolphin kick when you're still near that top speed, okay? Good kicks. And you can even see, if you really pay attention, you can kind of even see how they're a little bit separated there. Right here you can see one leg here, then the other foot there. And so that's the whole thing. I mean, officials will see that from time to time, especially if you're in an outside lane. They're going to see it a little more often because here we are in an outside lane and I can see it from right here, okay? All right, so now your head is above the water and you've just barely started that breakout. So that's what we were talking about on the underwater portion. You really want to be starting that breakout almost right here so that right now that first stroke should be coming up instead of quite so late, okay? So get your breakout earlier than where you're showing us there. And by doing it as late as you are, you can see, pay attention to that hand, you can see it's just doing nothing. It's just sitting there the entire time while you're just breathing, okay? Heads above water, breathe, no pull until the very end. So make sure you work on getting that breakout a little bit earlier, okay? Excellent.